الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. ثم أما بعد، وأوحينا إلى موسى أن أسر بعبادي إنكم متبعون. Prophet Musa عليه السلام, him and the believers with him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to him, start moving. You're going to be followed by Pharaoh and his people. And it's not one or two, it's the entire country. So Prophet Musa alayhi salam left with the believers. When they got to the sea, they have nowhere to go. And they look behind, they can actually see Pharaoh and his army. So within visual distance that you can see, قال أصحاب موسى إنا لمدركون. The followers of Prophet Musa alayhi salam, they said it's over. They're going to catch up with us. An obvious loss. You cannot do anything. Naturally, Prophet Musa alayhi salam sees what they see. So he didn't say, oh look, they're right there, they're behind us. He saw and no problem, he didn't say anything. But when they told him that, Prophet Musa alayhi salam, with confidence, responds, Kalla. No, they're not going to catch us. Why? Inna ma'i rabbi sayahdeen. Yes, I know. We don't have a ship. We don't fly. We can't swim and cross the sea. No human possibilities are available to run away from them. Yet, he knows, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, inna Allah ala kulli shayin qadir. That's the names and attributes that I always talk about. He knows the capabilities of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he knows when he promises, he delivers subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he knows the believers will be victorious. Kalla inna ma'i rabbi sayahdeen. Even though we don't have any mean, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell me what to do and we will be guided and they will not catch us. Immediately, فَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَى مُوسَى أَنِ اضْرِبْ بِعَصَاكَ الْبَحْرَ. All he has is a stick. You want to beat up the sea with it? Or beat up the entire army of Pharaoh and his people? Yeah, go ahead. Hit the sea. فَانْفَلَقْ. In Falaq, the ulama al-tafsir said 12, the number of the asbat. 12 paths. Each path, mountain of water, and a path in between. The water is standing like a mountain, and it doesn't come flat the way we know water is. If you can tell me, Inti ya Sheikh Abu Lahya, if you can tell me something similar to that will happen, where liquid will rise and take a shape standing without collapsing. Similar to that. This happened in dunya. هذا واحد فيكم تفرج. And I'll give you a hint. It's not in dunya, it's the day of judgment. Something will happen to people exactly similar to that. Liquid, standing and not collapsing. نعم. شو الجبال دخلها في المية؟ شكله مش متعشى. The day of judgment, you wait for accountability one day, equivalent to how long? 50,000 years. In this 50,000 years, people will sweat, because the sun is 1 mile, will sweat so much that their sweat will drench the ground and rise up to their heel, knees, hips, shoulders, even some of them about to choke them and cover their mouth. In your spot, the sweat will rise on you only and will stay as if you are sitting inside a container. SubhanAllah. So this is just to show you what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can do. So this day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala parted the sea for Prophet Musa alayhi salam is what we call Ashura, which is Monday. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam قال أحتسب على الله أن يكفر السنة التي قبله. That if you feel like you've done so many evil things from last year to this year, you have so much sins, and I'm sure each and every one of you have a lot, then this is your opportunity to expiate and erase all of them. Monday is the day of Ashura. If you fast it, a whole year of sins will be erased. This is a ni'mah. This is nafahat. تعرضوا لنفحات رحمة الله سبحانه وتعالى. There are certain times and seasons and places that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us opportunities that you cannot really imagine it. A whole year, regardless of what your sin is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala erases for you. Now, Ashura, the beginning of Islam, it was compulsory. You fast the day of Ashura before Ramadan. So the companions of the Prophet ﷺ used to fast that. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, when he asked about the people of the book why they were fasting, and they said, oh, because this is the day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved Prophet Musa alayhi salam from the people of Pharaoh. So the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, نحن أحق منهم أو أولى منهم بموسى عليه السلام. We are more deserving and more closer to Prophet Musa alayhi salam than them, because we follow his pure, clean message that is unchanged or untampered with. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam then, he commanded the Muslims to fast the day of Ashura. Then Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, before he died, he said, if I live until next year, I will fast a day before it or a day after it. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma showed the virtue of the day of Ashura. قال ما رأيت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يصوم يوما فضله على غيره من عاشوراء. He said, I haven't seen Prophet Muhammad ﷺ fast a day and preferred it over other days than the day of Ashura. And then he said, Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma, that you fast the day before it or a day, or كان يصوم radiallahu an يوما قبله ويوما بعده. He used to fast the day before and the day after. So the sunnah is to fast the day of Ashura. The real Sunnah, a step higher, is to fast the day before it or a day after it. And the top, as Ibn al-Qayyim and other scholars said, radiallahu anhu, is to fast the day before it and a day after it. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday is top, following the Sunnah. And remember, this sun that we are talking about and the heat and all of that, and Jahannam, one day fasting extra for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps you 70 years away from the heat of the hellfire. So you can imagine the virtue of doing the day of Ashura and doing a day before it or a day after it. If you find yourself lazy to do all that, or hard for you to do all of that, don't miss Monday. That also a sunnah day to fast. So it's Monday and Ashura day. Have the intention for both of them. And you can, if you have to make up a day, you can have the intention of making up a day and joining this one with it, inshallah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is generous to accept both and reward you for both. So Monday is Ashura, and I came in particular for this, just to pass the message to you, because even though Ashura is Monday, I want you to get the opportunity of fasting tomorrow to a day before it, inshallah, to get the hasanat and the ajr. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us live until then. If you have the intention to do it and you happen to die, may Allah forbid, inshallah it will be written for you. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.